that when you are doing the programming, actually you are transforming the problem into the solution. So it means that we have a problem here now, and we gonna the transformation, the solution. Yeah. Okay. So how to open the project? So Fania, yeah, follow me here. Yeah, follow my screen. That you have this kind of screen, yeah, because you are just joining the class. So you start with the file. Do you have file there? Yes. Okay. So you go into the new notebook drive. You have it? And then you're gonna get kind of new working space in like this. Okay, one moment, it's kind of slow because I have a lot of here. And the title, you can adjust the title. Okay. The title you can type it like this. FC commit. Commit is our group name, yeah. FC commit intro one hello. Okay. You can put it here. Do not eliminate the .ipynb. Just leave it as is there because this is the extension indicate that we are working with the Python notebook. You can make your new text here. Follow me. You have text there. Click the text. Done. Okay. And then you can make hash here. And then the title is previously, what is the title? Number 5 cakes. Yeah. So you can have this kind, put it two, yeah, two hash there, 5.3, and then cakes. Yeah. For the others, this is just the repeated for the for the Fania, yeah, because Fania just joining us now, so Fania needs kind of shortcut. Okay, one moment, maybe 3 minutes. We have, we can continue. Okay, so you put it in here in the text, yeah, should be like this. Okay, is it okay? You put it in the text. So once again, look at the screen. I will remove. Yeah. So this is the fresh one. See that I click the text. Okay. We start over, Fadia. No worries. Yeah. I click the text, and then you're gonna have this kind of double click. So you double click on that. Yeah. And then type um, hashtag 2 times, and then 5.3 kicks. That's all. Okay. Now below the cakes, when you mouse over, when you mouse over here, there will be also text and code together. At this time, you click the code. Okay. And here we go. So in this part, we will do a coding. Okay. Yes. Now, so I move back to the previous slide. Sorry, previous file. So mother makes cupcake. So for 2 cupcakes, she needs 2 eggs. And then for the 10 cupcake, she needs 1 kilogram flour. So in here, I specify a kind of constants. Okay, constants means that this is the kind of a static value that will never be changed along the way we are working with the code. So it will always be stay the same in our code. We cannot change it. Okay, so we call that constants. So cupcake, so I have the base egg, yeah, base egg to represent that 2 cupcake needs, 2 cupcake she needs 1 egg. So 1 egg for the 2 cupcakes. 1 egg for the 2 cupcakes. So it means that 0.5 egg. Yeah. So 1 cupcake needs 0.5 egg. This is the same. When we are saying 2 cupcake need 1 egg, we can also write this kind of statement. Yeah. 1 cupcake need 0.5 eggs, needs 0.5 eggs. So base egg is 0.5. So Fania, you can type S on my screen here. And then you can continue with the base of floor. Yeah, for the rest, if you want to type, also you're welcome. And I suggest you to put this kind of remark here, yeah, to indicate what the objective of every part below of the remark. So this is the constant. It means that the 2 is the constant. Okay. And then for the 10 cupcakes, you need 1 kilogram flour. Okay. So for the 10 cupcake, now 10 cupcakes needs 1 kilogram flour. Okay. So we're gonna put it here. That flour needed 0.1. Okay, so 1 cupcake needs 0.1 kg flour. So we specify the needs of our ingredients or raw material here, the egg and the flour for each cake, yeah, for 1 cake, yeah. Okay. And then you can put input here, and then you can put the process, and then you can put the output. So remember that we always have these 3 parts: input, process, and output. Okay. Okay. So bear in mind that we always have number 1, input, number 2, process, and number 3, output. So make sure that you will always do the separation of the process, yeah, separation of the code into the 3 parts, at least 3 parts: input, process, output. If you have constants, that also will be split out, yeah, will be separated. Okay, good. Now we continue with this. What is the input here? The input is how many ones you want to make cupcake. So the cupcake, based on the requirement, you can do like these cupcakes. Input, how many cupcakes do you want to make? Or how many cupcakes does mother want to make? Okay. So since we need the input in the term of the integer, so that's why we have the ent here. Yeah, because we need integer. So why we need integer? Because we want to calculate, we want to do computation integer, the cupcake that we want to multiply with the egg and the flour, yeah. So that's why integer should be used here to indicate that we're gonna have the input. We will accept the input in the term of integer. Okay, yeah, so perfect. And the process, because the question here is how many total egg and the total of the floor. Okay. So the process here is the total egg okay. The total of the cupcake that he makes, yeah, times the base egg. Because base egg is the base egg means that the egg that is needed for one cupcake. And also the total flour is the total of the cupcakes that mother makes times the base flour. Okay? Okay, so until this, you can adjust your code. I give you 1 minute to adjust your code, okay? I give you 1 minute, adjust your code accordingly to the code that I have here. Okay, good. So we continue to the last part, which is we have the output here. Yes, so the output is that C needs the total eggs and total flour. Or make it more intuitive, yeah, to make how many cupcakes again? Cupcakes. So to make cupcakes, uh, mother needs. This is the variable of x, and then continue with total flour of the kilogram kg flour. Okay, so that's all. Okay, so now you can execute the code. Once you finish writing the code, you can execute it now. Okay, simply by clicking this button. Okay, me also, I run this code and let's see. Okay, it asks us how many cupcakes does mother want to make. Let's say 20, yeah, because our requirement also says that she wants to make 20 cupcakes. To make 20 cupcakes, mother needs 10 eggs and 2 kilogram flour. Okay, so this is the end of our homework. Okay, guys, make sure that you run. Make sure also that you end that you have entry as the 20 here. Then you're gonna have the 10x and 2 kg flour. Yeah, make sure first that you enter the same value like mine here, so we can compare your result and my result. Once we have the same result, it means that your project is done also. Okay, so I give you 1 minute to adjust and to make sure that your output is the same with what you see on the screen. Okay, so we are done with the first file. So our files with the title, introduction, intro, hello, I think we are done with that. So let's continue to the second file. So go to the file, new notebook in Drive, file, new notebook. Okay. And then you name it with the FC commit intro to. They say, okay, so no more hello, but we continue with the data type. Yeah. Okay, so put your title FC commit underscore intro to underscore data type. Put text, okay, You put text there, okay, and then double click, and only one hash there. Introduction of data type. Okay. Introduction of data type. Sorry, you have to put number one, yeah. So it will be easier for us to read when we have the numbers as the order there. Okay, number one. Okay, and then you can extend this. You click this, yeah. So you're gonna have a kind of the expanded panel on the left. Okay, introduction to data type. So you can update this that we have data type number one is the integer, number two is the string, and number three is the integer, string. I'm sorry. Yeah. This one is the float. Number two is float. Number three is string, and number four boolean. Okay. You put it below the title, integer, float, string, and boolean. And we're gonna learn this. Yeah, perhaps we cannot finish all, especially the boolean part, because kind of we need more time to discuss about boolean. But at least starting from now, you understand that there are four types of data type, yeah, integer, float, string, and boolean. Okay. Nah, so you're gonna have this. So let's go. Before I give you the definition to each of the data type here, it's better for you and me. So let's go through the project here. So by doing the project, you will understand what integer is. Yeah, so okay, make sure that you have this kind of introduction typo. Introduction of data type. Okay, good. Now continue to the text again. Okay, add the text cell. Okay, then you can put here has two integer. Okay, so we're gonna learn about the integer here. And then you make it again below, text again, has three, a float. And I make it quick. You make a number four, number four, a string, and lastly, you put the five as the boolean. But boolean will be next week perhaps. Okay. So you see here that we have uh, introduction, integer, float. Yeah. We have the navigation panel. Yeah. On the left side. Yeah. Okay. This navigation panel will be very helpful, especially when you are having a lot of lines of code. Instead of scrolling, you can just simply click moving from one section to the other section by clicking on the link, the structures, the hierarchy on the left panel. Okay, Fania, are you done with this? Give me reaction.
Mm.
Not yet. Do you want me to help you? You can share anytime the screen. No need. Okay. So Malvin done, good. And then Samuel, are you done with this section, please? Shema, are you done? Good. Okay, very good. Now we are good to go. Continue this, yeah. So integer. So let's go with the integer. So integer is actually a number, but no decimal number. This is integer. Okay. So integer is numeric value, but not decimal. Yeah. So numeric value, but not decimal. So that's integer. So for example, how many students? Okay. How many students are there in the class? So this should be integer. Yeah, because students cannot be half, one third, one fourth, cannot ya. Namanya student itu ya pasti satu, dua, tiga, empat. Nggak mungkin satu setengah siswa di dalam kelas. Nggak bisa begitu ya. So how many students are there in the class? This should be integer. Okay. Next, what else? How many car do they have? Berapa mobil mereka? Mobilnya dua setengah. Yang setengah lagi cuma bagian buntutnya saja. Ya nggak boleh. Karena dia harus dihitung secara utuh. Oke. How many? Oke. How many country join the summit? Nah, berapa negara yang ikut di dalam pertemuan itu? Dua negara atau 10 negara atau 9 negara. Tapi nggak mungkin dia pakai setengah-setengah. So that's the integer. It's very clear now that integer must be bilangan bulat. Nah, itulah bahasa Indonesianya ya. Bilangan bulat. Oke? Okay? Is it clear now for you? Fania? Clear? Malvin, Shema, dan Samuel? Clear ya? Integer itu bilangan bulat. Oke. Okay. So let's go to the float. Nah, klik the code. Oke. Okay. Nah, float is decimal. Nah, float is decimal. It has koma. Jadi ada komanya ya. Atau di dalam bahasa Inggris dia pakai titik lah. Contohnya, how many from your house to school? So ini jawabannya bisa aja setengah jam, 0.5. Bisa aja kan? How many hours from your house to school? Bisa saja aja setengah jam. Oke. Okay. Atau contoh yang lain. How many kilometer? How many kilometer from how many kilometer from my house to yours? Nah, berapa kilometer dia? 5.7 bisa saja. Oke, okay. 5.7. Atau how many donut do you eat? 4 donat misalkan. Jadi tulisnya jangan 4 tapi 4.0. Karena dia di dalam desimal. Desimal punya titik atau dalam bahasa Indonesianya dia punya koma. Ya, how many donut do you eat? 4.0 itu artinya desimal. Okay? So remember always that decimal should be with the point. Di situ ada poinnya, koma atau poin ya. Tergantung tergantung penggunaan formatnya, apakah Indonesia atau Inggris. Ya, I'll continue with the string. So string is alphabet, alphabetic, yeah, or alphabet. Okay, which is from A to Z. Huruf besar juga iya, huruf kecil juga iya. Yang penting dia alfabet. For example, this in here, where do you stay? Where do you live? Nah, ya, I live in Bandung. So Bandung here is the string. Okay. Okay. What day is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Tuesday. So Tuesday is the string. And what is your name? Your name is Tamara. Ah, so this all is the string. Okay. So just your code. Okay. So let's go one by one. We continue with the integer. With the integer. Okay. So I'm gonna give you example on this. Make a new code below. So teacher as his student to bring. Okay, I got chat here. Okay, so we continue with the this one. Teacher asks his students to bring two pencils tomorrow. So if there is or there are 20 students, how many pencils should be? How many pencils should be in total? Okay. So teacher asks his students to bring two pencils tomorrow. Okay. So two pencils. If you want to make this as the variable, it's okay. And also this as the variable as well, also okay. Yeah. But remember, you have to provide input, process, and output. Remember always to put these three parts. Yeah. So pencil here. Okay, sorry. So input, the teacher asks how many pencil each student. How many pencil does each student bring? Okay. Adjust your code, yeah. How many pencil does each student bring? And put below how many students are there in the class. Yes. So you put these two code as the input give you 1 minute to accomplish this input part. So we have the pencil here and the student, okay, and the student, okay. And after how many pencil does the students bring after you enter the code? Sorry, after you are running this, let's say how many pencil does the student bring? Students two, okay. This value will be stored into the pencil. And then how many students there in the class? 20. Okay. So this value 20 will be stored in the student. Okay. However, both value here 2 and 20 that already stored in the pencil and student respectively, the form is in the string. Why? Because each entry is string. Nah, ya remember ya, semua entry-nya adalah string. Jadi meskipun angkanya 2, tapi dia nggak bisa kita lakukan proses perkalian. Karena yang dikalikan dalam bentuk integer atau float itu yang boleh. Ya, kalau string dia nggak boleh. Mau lihat hasilnya? Kalau kita paksa dia, oke, boleh. Coba lihat di sini. Ya, total pencil buat di sini adalah pencil dikali student. Ya, you can adjust your code. Coba tambahkan ini. And after that you run. You check whether your code getting error or no. Semestinya kodemu akan error karena dia ada sebuah proses perkalian. Di sini ada proses perkalian, padahal ininya itu adalah dalam bentuk apa? Dalam bentuk string ya. Oke. Coba kita buat di sini. 2 kali 20. Nah, ya. Dia akan bilang di sini ada errornya. Cannot multiply sequence by a non-integer. Dari sebuah tipe string nggak bisa. Ya. So that's why you have to do a kind of conversion here. You put ENT to indicate that your input will be converted into the integer. So that's why along the way until today kita projectnya homeworknya selalu ada ENT kan. Itu untuk membuat dia inputnya menjadi integer. Okay, so after this you rerun your code and you will be experiencing that there is no error. Oke, gitu. Dapatkah seperti di hasilnya? Oke, very good. Now it is clear to you ya bahwa melakukan conversion di sini sangat penting. Oh. In here you can do an output. How many pencil in total? Total pencil is, nah di sini kamu bisa buat total pencil is total pencil. Okay. Now you run. How many pencil? 2. How many students are there in the class? 20. So total pencil is 40. Okay, don't forget to put F here to indicate the format print out. And then for the variables, it will be started with the curly bracket open and closed with the close bracket, curly bracket. Ya, itu dia. Adjust your code. I give you 1 minute to make sure that you get the same like you see on the screen. So saya buat di sini sebuah contoh. How many hours from your house to school? Oke, nah ini float nih. Andy walks for 1.5 hours. Oke, per hour he pass 2 kilometers. How many kilometers in total he walked? Okay, so adjust your code ya. Nomor 4, kue yang intinya jadi hilang. Nggak apa-apa Fania, nanti aja. Nggak apa-apa. You continue dulu saja, no problem ya. You continue, I record the session. Nanti bisa dicoba lagi. Ya, just continue dulu. This. How many kilometer in total? Okay, so adjust your code ND. Okay. Nah, Andy walks for 1.5 hours. So in here can put input how many hours does Andy walk? Okay. Okay. So in here input. Okay. And below is the process. And finally is the output. So since this we will have in the float, so you can put float there. Okay. How many hours does Andy walk? Per hour, 2 kilometer. So this can be as the constant. Okay. Kilometer per hour is 2. Okay. So can be like this. Okay. So total meter is hours times kilometer per hour. Okay, and the output is Andy walk total kilometer. Okay. Jadi konstannya kilometer per hour-nya tuh inputnya how many hour does Andy walk. Jangan lupa dia sebagai float, oke? Lalu dalam prosesnya adalah total hours kali kilometer, lalu outputnya Andy walk. Oke, itu dia. Kalian bisa coba how many hours Andy walk? 1.5. So Andy walk 3 kilometer. Oke? Jadi dengan cara ini kita sudah bisa menggunakan plot. Oke, I give you time to adjust your code